It is probably my all-time favorite book now.
Like your favorite book, you're like, caveat though, you have to read 3 books in order to read this one book.
But I love it. I have a book club chat, and I texted them like after I finished it and was like, oh, forget Xaden. Like, I have a new boyfriend. We're done.
Listen, I think that should be like the tagline right there. Welcome to a special co-host episode of Savor the Story. I am Vanessa. Obviously, that is not Nicole. If you are watching, this is my friend Laramie. Welcome, Laramie. So we kind of ran into a problem. As everyone knows, if you've been listening, me and Nicole have been pre-recording episodes for a long time. And, well, our timing did not work out well, and we don't have enough episodes to get us through when she'll be back. And so I have enlisted my friend Laramie here to come in and do an episode with me. And then we're also hopefully only going to have 2 more special guest episodes. And then Nicole will be back. But until then, you are going to get a couple of fun non-Nicole episodes. But she's listening, and she can't wait to be back and talk to you all about books. So welcome, Laramie. Thank you for doing this for me.
You're welcome. I'm excited.
Great. So this episode we're going to do a little bit different than Nicole and I normally do. We both did not bring our own books, but we brought books to talk about together in this episode. But we'll get to that. So before we get there, I have things to tell you. Tell you and the listeners. Because since we haven't recorded in so long, one, I wanted to tell you or talk about some upcoming releases that are coming out for the rest of the year. I feel like since Nicole and I literally haven't recorded since like March, there's been so much book news that's come out. So we're going to talk about books that are coming out. And then I have some Fourth Wing stuff to talk to you about before we get into our books. Okay, great. Where should we start? Should we start with upcoming releases, or should I tell you Fourth Wing stuff?
Let's start with upcoming releases.
Okay, so there is a big list, and I'm going to tell you what books they are, when they're coming out, and what series they're a part of. And obviously, I'm not going to get every single book that's coming out in the next like 5 or 6 months or whatever, but these are ones that like we're excited about over here. And yes, so are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so September 1st, there's 2 books coming out. Us Defiant Few by Alexis Patton. It's book 3 in the Us Dark Few trilogy, and I talked about that book, or the first 2 books, in episode 54. So go back and listen if you're excited about that. Also on September 1st, The Knave and the Moon comes out by Rachel Gillig. I haven't talked about book 1, or we haven't talked about that on the podcast at all, because I just finished book 1. So that's book 2 in the Stonewater Kingdom trilogy, which the first book is called The Knight and the Moth.
Yes, I'm excited about that one.
Are you going to read it?
I was going to, but I was waiting for you to review it.
Okay, well, I do plan on doing that at some point after Nicole is back on here, but I don't know when it'll be, so I'll just tell you right now, I think you should read it.
Okay.
Okay, great. Okay, book, the next one is September 8th, and it's Burn of the Everflame, which is finally coming out after I don't know how many years. Penn Cole has been saying that it's going to come out. It is book 4 in the Kindreds Curse saga. Obviously, the first 3 are Spark, Glow, and Heat of the Everflame. And that was reviewed in episode 1 of this podcast.
I remember.
So I don't know if I'm going to tell people to go listen to that, but like if you want to, go ahead. Okay, the next one. You will not care about this one, but the listener might care about this one. September 22nd is The First Scarlet Door by J.D. Barker. It is book 4 of the 4MK thriller series. I reviewed that series in episodes 37 and 38. But this is a prequel to that trilogy, and I'm very excited about it. I think it's book 1 of a trilogy that's supposed to be coming. And I did not know it was happening. So when I saw that like this book was coming out, I was super excited. I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know this was a thing. So I definitely will be listening to that book. Okay, the next release is not a book. But on September 23rd, the Love Hypothesis movie is coming out on Prime. And that one, I actually reviewed that book in episode 71. September 29th, we've got 2 coming out. One of them is Cursed City, which is book 2 in the Harker Academy duology, I think, by Kate Golden. The first book is Half City, and that has not been reviewed on this podcast because I just finished that book yesterday. So Cursed City, I'm super excited to read that though, because I don't know if I want to say it all right now, but I'm excited because book 1 ends on a really big like cliffhanger.
Okay.
So that's that. Also September 29th is the novella from the Empyrean series for Rebecca Yarros, which is Threshing Day. Did you pre-order this?
I have.
Me too. Did you pre-order it before you knew what it was?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
No. I wanted to wait.
Okay. You wanted to wait to find out what she actually said it was about?
Yeah, which I don't feel like she gave us a whole lot on what it's about.
The only thing we've been told is that it's going to be 13 different stories of our favorite characters and their dragons. Right. Yeah. So, yes, I'm going to tell you, though, that I pre-ordered it before we knew what it was, before it had a title. I pre-ordered it like the day she announced it. So, whoops. Okay, so now we're into October. October 6th. The Sixth Faction by Veronica Roth is coming out, which is book 1 in the Sixth Faction duology. And this is in the Divergent world. Have you heard of this book?
I have.
I don't know how I feel about this book. Did you read the Divergent series?
I did, and I loved them when I read them.
Okay.
Well, parts of them.
Yeah, book 3 is fucking terrible.
Uh-huh.
Book 3 is awful. So, have you heard what the Sixth Faction is supposed to be about?
No, just that it was coming.
So, I'm intrigued because I wonder if it's like a money grab or something, because the Sixth Faction is supposed to be if Bee didn't choose Dauntless. So, it's her same story, just not choosing Dauntless. Like something happens at the choosing ceremony and she ends up in a different faction. And it's like, what if she ended up here? And I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, we're not on board.
No, I feel like it might be boring.
Yeah. Yeah, because like the whole thing about or not necessarily Dauntless, but the Divergent trilogy is 4. Like, so you're telling me we're not going to have 4 anymore?
Well, that she's going extremely outside of her comfort zone by picking Dauntless and like not knowing really anything about it, and then finding out that her mom came from there and all of the things.
Mm-hmm.
If she doesn't pick Dauntless, are we going to find out any of that? Right.
So do we learn anything about her family and her like I don't know. I'm intrigued enough just because I'm like, almost like, what are you doing? But not because I care about her picking something other than Dauntless. Like, it's almost like I want to know what the author is doing here.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that one. I'm not going to read this book, but I can't talk about upcoming releases without talking about October 27th, ACOTAR Book 6 coming out.
I knew that was coming.
I feel like I have to bring it up because how are you a book podcast without talking about it? But also, don't plan on us reviewing it. We still don't know who it's about, right? Like, she has not announced. Okay. We don't even have a title, right?
As far as I know, no. It just still says ACOTAR.
Book 6. Okay, great. Well, there's that one. We'll move on. November 17th, we have 2 books coming out. One is Rebecca Yaros's new contemporary romance called Peculiar Stars, which I don't like that word. And the other book is called Deadlock, and it's book 2 in the Strange Loom trilogy, which book 1 is Coldwire, and I reviewed that book in episode 95, and I'm really excited about that one. It's kind of like a YA sci-fi book, and I'm really excited to see like where that one goes because book 1 really hooked me at the end. Okay. And then the last upcoming release that I have is December 1st, When Shadows Burn by Vanessa Lee. And it's book 1 of a new duology that's coming out. It's like a new romantasy. So Nicole has reviewed other Vanessa Lee books before. And so I know she really enjoyed her as an author. So I think both Nicole and I are excited about that one. She may have been the one who added it to our spreadsheet. I don't know for sure, but it's there. So those are some of the releases that are coming out in the next couple months that basically I have a lot of reading to do ahead of me.
Yes, you do.
Oh, my goodness. And then also hopefully Nicole is back so we could actually talk about some of them. Okay. That's all of those. Now, Fourth Wing stuff. I have to show you that I bought things. I bought the new Fourth Wing Monopoly and the Monopoly Deal cards. I just got them in the mail because I pre-ordered them, I don't know, at the beginning of the year, whenever they were brought up. They just came out in the middle of July, so by the time this comes out, like a month or so ago. I have not opened them, or like I have not played them at all, but they're so pretty. Look how pretty this is.
Ooh, that is pretty.
And it looks like the book.
The book.
Yeah, and it opens like the book and everything. Like it's got all the stuff in here. I'm super excited about it. It looks super nice. The only
what are
thing
the game pieces? Are they dragon?
Let's find out. I haven't even looked yet. Hold on. Okay, I got it. We've got, they're like, maybe not as cool as I expected them to be. They are dragons, but I'll try to put, maybe they are. I'll try to put pictures on the screen if you're watching on YouTube, but I'll also try to show it right here. They're like,
okay.
There's kind of like dragony pieces.
Kind of like a coin cutout.
Yeah, exactly. That's what that is. Like they're coin, and there's a green one, a gold one, orange, blue, copper. I don't know what these are, but yeah. So they're like coin cutouts, just like you said. They're okay. I don't think they're as cool as I expected them to be.
I wanted like a full figurine, like
yeah, like I wanted, like a whole dragon, like standing up. I don't know.
Yeah,
but at least it's pretty. Like the case for it and stuff is really pretty, and it's like a good shelf trophy thing.
Yeah,
I'll make Tim play with me someday. But yeah, so that's all the Fourth Wing news I had. It's not anything crazy, just that just that I spent more money on fandom things, because why wouldn't I?
It makes sense.
It does.
It fits in.
It's who I am as a person. It's fine. Okay. Do you have a snack for me?
I do.
Okay, tell me your snack.
So my snack is chocolate sea salt pistachios.
Oh, I don't think I've ever had that before.
We got a sample at Target and I was immediately hooked, and we had to go back and buy a bag.
Oh, nice. Does Target do samples like Costco?
Every once in a while, there's a sample when we're walking through on like a Sunday.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that happen at a Target before, but I like it. Chocolate covered pistachios. Is it okay? So at first I thought it was weird, but then I like chocolate covered peanuts, so like it would be the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like they're not as salty because the pistachios is kind of sweet already.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not as salty, but it works.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going to Target and I'm going to try to find them. Can you tell me send me the brand or whatever that you bought? Okay,
it's
great.
It's a wonderful brand.
It's actually from, interesting. Okay, I'm going to look for them. I'm going to be on the hunt for them.
So I will say the ones I got have sea salt, but I think they also have a caramel one.
No, I'll try that one.
Okay. This is the one I like. I didn't try the caramel one.
No, this one sounds good. I like this. This sounds great. My snack is going to be in honor of Nicole. So I don't remember when it was. It had like a month or 2 months ago. I don't know, something like that. She texted me and was like, oh my God, there's new cookie crumble or cookie flavors or whatever at Crumble this week, and you have to try them. It was specifically the one she wanted me to try was the root beer float cookie. And I was like, yeah, that seems cool. And then like 5 hours later, they showed up at my door. She literally bought them and sent them to my house because she was like, bet you're gonna try this and tell me how it is. So she sent me a 3-pack like mini of the little mini cookies, and she sent me the root beer float cookie, the peanut butter cup cookie featuring Reese's, and the Dubai style chocolate cheesecake.
Oh.
So the Dubai style chocolate cheesecake was a little weird. Like,
really?
Yeah, it was good, but it just felt like maybe the chocolate was like really overwhelming in it, where I feel like when you eat that as a candy bar, it kind of all like evens out.
Yeah.
So it got 8, don't worry. But it was not my favorite of the 3. The peanut butter cup cookie just kind of tasted like a peanut butter cookie with some chocolate on it. And so like it was okay, but the root beer float cookie was actually pretty good. Like the first time the first bite I took of it, it was like, I don't taste root beer at all. Like this is not, I don't know what this cookie is, but it's not that. And then after like halfway through, I was like, oh, it kind of tastes a little bit like a root beer float. It was not bad. It was my favorite of the 3. So, yeah.
Was it a light cookie? Like a vanilla-y kind of cookie?
No, it was more peanut buttery. I don't know. Like that was the first taste I took of it. I was like, this is just a peanut butter cookie. But it ended up being like the flavor of the cookie was actually the root beer part of it. Yeah. So, but it was good. It was and it was a very nice surprise. So she was like texting me and she was like, are you home? And I was like, yes. And she was like, but like, are you available to like go outside? And I was like, are you here? Like, are you going to show up at my house? And she was like, no, I'm not there. And then like 15 minutes later, she was like, go to your door. And I was like, okay, you freak. And I went to my door and there was crumble cookies there. And I was like, oh my God. So yes, even when she's not here, she's still forcing me to try desserts for her.
It's like try baked goods.
Yes, try these and tell me how they are. She sent me so many things that I've had to try for her. And so yeah. So yeah, I just wanted my snack today to be something that she told me to try. Actually forced me to try. Yes. Okay, so that is all of our upfront stuff. Now, instead of doing just like a normal book review today, we are going to talk about Riftborne and Duskbound by Bree, Grenwich, and Parker Lennox, whatever her name is. It's the book 1 and 2 of the Esprithean trilogy. I talked about The Ascended in episode 82. And in that episode, I told all of you listeners, I read them out of order, that I didn't know if I could, because at that time I had not read Riftborne and Duskbound yet. So I was just saying like, okay, I liked The Ascended. Everyone says that you're supposed to read it third, but like, I don't know because I didn't do it. When I recommended it to you, I told you to read it in the right way. So you'll be able to talk about that. But I do want to say up front, this is going to be very spoilery. So we're not going to hold back on spoilers. So if you don't want to know things, maybe don't listen to this part. But yes. So
actually go read them and then come back and listen to it.
Excellent point. I should have said that. Listen to Laramie, please. And yes, come back and listen after you've read them because they're really good. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna just give like a light intro into the books and then we'll talk about them. Okay, great. Okay, so book 1, Riftborne of the Esprithean trilogy. Basically, Fia Riftborne is branded as a Riftborne person after 20 years after the rebellion that happened. And she has some hidden powers that come out one day, and due to that, she is recruited into the their army. Yeah. By the She General Lark Ashford, and basically that's that. I won't give too many spoilers in the upfront. We'll just say the whole book is just about her kind of being assimilated into the army and trying to figure out what's going on, who's attacking their people, all that kind of stuff. And then we go to Duskbound, and the story shifts completely. And after she joins the guard and all that kind of stuff, she is taken prisoner at the end of book 1. And so book 2 is all about her being prisoner in this place that she doesn't understand with these people who she thinks are her enemies. And that's basically that. There's a lot of magic. There's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of things. It does tie into The Ascended. I don't know how much I want to get into that connection.
So I don't feel necessarily that it ties in a whole bunch. It has questions that The Ascended answers.
Fair.
But those two books themselves, I don't necessarily feel like connect The Ascended.
Fair. Okay. Yes, that makes sense. Do you agree that you think that Riftborne and Duskbound should be read before The Ascended? Do you think that that's a good, like, twist to have?
Absolutely.
Okay, I agree. Being that I read The Ascended first, The Ascended ends on a very big twist that basically would change the entire story of the first 2 books. And so I do feel like you should read them. You should read it third. Like, it's just how you should read it. Okay, so now spoileries. Okay, so Riftborne. what are your overall thoughts? Like, what do we need to talk about?
So my overall thoughts were for Riftborne is I just liked the development of Fia as a character. I felt
Okay.
like you got to fully understand that she has always felt like an outsider until she is blackmailed essentially into joining the guard.
Yep.
Because she can't control her powers. But I feel like because she joins the guard, she starts to find herself and create friends that are her own and not just they're not other Riftborn. They're
right. Yeah, I think we do get a little bit of like found family in this with the people that she meets in the guard, and because basically like her parents were killed in the rebellion and like all that stuff, so she's been living as this outcast for this whole time, and she's got like one friend basically for the last 20 years or whatever it's been. And so when she finally gets into that, I think you're right, it's almost like a coming of age is maybe the right way to say it, where like she's coming into herself, like she's realizing who she is and like what she wants.
Yeah.
And
I
so
would agree.
yeah, I think I like that part. And you are correct, she is basically blackmailed, like you're either gonna die because you let your powers go crazy, or you're gonna come join me, and you have no other options.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And she is it always feels weird to say things when they're super spoilery, even though I've already said like spoiler. But I'll say it again. That's fine. She is brought in by the General Laric, who ends up being our love interest.
Yes.
How did you feel about him? Like throughout the book, obviously it's like a slow burn. We're not sure if we trust him at first, like all of that kind of stuff. By the end of the book, did you trust him?
Not completely.
Okay.
I felt like it wasn't. I really wanted to trust him when she's taken and he's like,
oh yes,
wanting to like help her, but then is just shocked and he doesn't move.
Yes.
But there is a part of me that still doesn't trust him. I mean, now there's still a part of me that I still don't trust him.
Right. Even after book 2. Right, like, because book 1 ends with this, like, big cliffhanger of her being taken in the middle of the war that they're in, or the middle of the fight that they're in. And all we kind of get is, like, him watching her being taken and this look on his face that he's, like, confused or, like...
Yeah. Well, because she starts to manipulate the shadows, too.
Yes.
And so he doesn't know. I think he's almost shocked. Like, is it her manipulating it and that's her power like growing? Or is it them taking
enemies.
Her, the enemy? And so I feel like he doesn't know how to react to that, but he's convinced that he sees someone take her, a person, a figure.
Yeah. I do think by the end of the book, so I feel like I didn't get there with him very quickly, but I feel like by the time the book ended, I was invested in them as a couple. And I only say that like I know that that's how I was feeling because when Duskbound starts and we're far away and we don't have Lark and she's like in a completely different world, I was really upset at first because I was like, how do you get me to love him? Like, how do you get me to be invested in this relationship? And then immediately book 2 is like, you've pulled him away. And so, yeah.
From Lark's relationship, and I feel like the guard, the friends that she started to create too, like she's pulled from it all.
Yes.
And then Duskbound starts and you're kind of like, well, now she's all by herself again.
Yes.
Like, I thought the whole point of book 1 was her like finding herself and coming of age, and then we have to start all over.
Yes, agreed. I was very upset when I started Duskbound for sure because of that. But yeah, so by the end of book 1, though, I was sold on him. I wasn't sure if we could trust him fully yet, but I felt like that's where we were getting.
Yeah.
And so I was very upset because he seemed like he cared about her. She finally seemed like she was opening up to this person who, like, you know, she hasn't had this in a long time, like a relationship and these people around her. And so it was just like, all right, cool, I'm bought in. And then you're just like, whoop,
Yeah.
gone.
Literally.
Yes. But I do think book one was good. For me, I feel like it took me a good, I don't know, 75 to 100 pages to really get into it. I don't think that you had that same experience.
I didn't.
Okay. You were sucked in immediately.
I was pretty much sucked in immediately.
Okay.
I mean, pretty much once she essentially loses control of her powers and kills 2 people.
Okay.
I
Which was
was
like
all about it.
chapter 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I needed to know how this was going to go.
Okay. I don't know what about it. It has to just be like where I was at the time, because I actually was just looking at my like book spreadsheet today, and it took me like 3 or 4 weeks to read book 1, and I read book 2 in a day.
Oh.
So like, I don't know. And the only reason it took me that long is because like I picked it up. It took me like 2 weeks to read that first 100 pages. And then once I hit that, I was like, oh shit. And then I finished it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I feel like with book 1, we get a lot of like them explaining how their power system works, and the history of the rebellion, and the whole branding of Riftborns, and that they're like the bottom class of this kingdom.
Right. So we're kind of learning their class system and their, yeah.
So I do feel like it is much slower, and pretty Much Fee is like the main focus. You still don't even get a ton of who Larrick is. Like, he's obviously the love interest, and they become closer, but I feel like there's so many chapters where he's not there.
Yep.
And
yeah, because he's off at the other stations, like fighting this war that they're in. And like, yeah, you're right. We do get so much of her focused. I also think, so I think too that it may have been a little bit for me that I had just finished The Ascended, and I like, there's like you were saying earlier, they're not really like, they're connected but not connected, right? So I jumped into it thinking like, okay, the world is the same, but it's so different. And so I feel like maybe my brain was still kind of in The Ascended, and going into Riftborn, I was expecting more of that, and it's so different that I think maybe that's why it took me a while, that I was like, oh shit, I have to reframe what I'm looking for.
I think so, because I was like that when I started The Ascended. I feel like it took me longer to kind of get into it, because I was expecting the same thing. I knew that these are connected somehow, but I'm expecting the world to be the same, and it's not.
Right. It's so different. Right. So the both of the series are in the same universe, but they're different characters. There's different, like the class system is different in the two like in the 2 books. Like everything is so different of how they function that it is almost like 2 different things. And so I'll just say that I think maybe that's where what my problem was, is that I went into it in my Ascended mind, and I was like, okay. And also I had seen on the internet, like, you have to read one before the other, and like they're connected and blah, blah, blah. And so I went into it thinking like, well, they're connected, so they've got to be
the same.
Yeah. And okay. So yep, that's for sure what happened. Ultimately I still really enjoyed it. So for me, Riftborn got a 4. Like, I'm going to go 3.5, 4 crumble cookies, whatever. Just because, like, it did take me a while. Ultimately, I did end up loving the characters and the people and the found family and like all that kind of stuff, and obviously made me want to keep reading. But Yeah. Was it higher for you?
I would say it was a solid 4.
Okay.
I just felt like there was just still something missing
Mm-hmm.
from it. And I mean, obviously it's book 1. It's
Right.
gonna continue.
Right.
I felt like it did a great job setting up Thea as the main character,
Mm-hmm.
but I still felt like that I wasn't fully understanding what is the point. Like, what is the
Okay.
ultimate goal? What are they trying to go for?
Okay.
And book 1, you don't really get any of that. You just start
Mm-mm.
to get the antagonist with the shadows and
Mm-hmm.
who they're fighting, but none of the reasons of why or how or any of that. So
right, I feel like we don't learn anything about the enemy that they're fighting in this war other than it's these shadows that keep killing all of their army people, right? Like all of their guard. Like we don't have any other reason. Like the only reason we are fighting them is because they are killing us, but that's all we're getting.
That's it.
Yeah, I think
so. It's like
yeah,
we're defending ourselves. Why
right.
are they attacking?
Yeah, exactly. We don't get any of that information. You're right.
No. So that's why I rated it 4.
4. Okay.
Chocolate pistachios.
Okay, so then we get into Duskbound. And I'm just going to tell you right now, this one was way better for me. Obviously, I read this book in one day. And it is 596 pages. And it was because once I started, so like I said before, as soon as I started this book, I was immediately upset because I was like, you just made me love all these people and now you're pulling them away from me. And then I feel like within the first 50 pages and you start meeting all these other characters, I was like, oh, I don't give a shit about those people anymore. I just want to know about these people.
I have new friends.
Yes, I have new friends. I have newfound family. We don't care about those people anymore. And who is Larrick? So Duskbound. We're in a completely different world, or not world. We're in a completely different place. We are now with the enemy, which is the shadow people.
Yes.
And all of the things that we didn't learn in book 1, we now learn in book 2 because we are getting the story from them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like book 2 just completed so much, like of the questions that I still had from book 1.
Yes.
And the same, I dove in and demolished book 2.
Yes.
Like I loved it.
Yes. So good. I feel like the magic in book 2 is better than book 1 too. Like I feel like we get more magic. We get more. What do they don't actually call it magic. They call it crap. I have it written down. Let me.
I was like, what do they call it?
They
call it someplace where, like they each
focus.
call it something different. It's a focus where she is now. But then it was something else.
Essence?
Maybe.
No, the essence might be something. Oh, the essence is the magic that runs. Hold on. No, essence is the magic that runs through the realm, empowering both the land and the Eshi. And then the focus is each Eshi is blessed with an individual gift, whether it be mundane or extraordinary. And this is referred to as their focus. It is how the essence manifests itself in each individual. Okay. But I think you're right. I think it is called something else.
She called him like a tether or something.
I think you might be right. I don't remember exactly that one, but
because I got a little confused when we went to Duskbound. And I mean, it wasn't until like I think Aether makes fun of her and was like, "That's not what we call it."
Right? Yeah, I think yes, you're right. So we could call it magic. We can call it focus. We can whatever you want to call it. Whatever powers that they have. I think is really interesting because we do start to see it kind of manifest very differently in the people that she's with in book 2. And it's, I just very, I liked it. I also think that I really enjoy, books where everyone has a different magic. Like
where they're not all the same.
Yeah, like think Harry Potter where they all can do the same spells and the same whatever. Like, that's fun, but I think it's really cool when, like, especially if you don't know what the other person's magic is, so you don't really know what you're fighting against or what you're, like, I think that's really cool. So
I
I enjoy
agree.
it. Yeah.
Um, Also, I like it when it matches kind of like the person, where
Yes.
it's like a creepy person and they have creepy magic
Yes.
and, that kind of stuff where you're just like, oh,
Yes.
I will say I felt like I was asking questions throughout Duskbound the entire time
Oh,
and
really?
trying to get it because she starts having the visions, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So she has all of these visions of these twin sisters that she's following.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like I was trying to play like detective the whole time
Yes.
I'm reading.
Yes.
Like, oh, I bet you this sister's this person, and I was never right.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think we still have questions about that at the end of this book, right? Like, we don't really know exactly what her visions are or of, or like we can assume, but like,
Yes.
yes. So go ahead.
Where do you want to start?
I don't I don't know. I feel like I was going like super spoilery there for a second, and I don't know if I want to go there. But wherever you tell me where you want what do you have in your notes?
Okay. So I want to talk about a character that is at the beginning of Duskbound, Lord
Okay.
Valken,
Okay.
who is like the creepiest,
Awful.
awful
Yes.
person.
Mm-hmm.
Who is a lord of the realm. His
Mm-hmm.
realm is the only one that is still flourishing. The rest
Mm-hmm.
of the land is dying.
Mm-hmm.
But he has, I don't, would you call it vampire-like?
Yeah, I feel like that's how they explained him, kind of vampiric qualities.
Where
Yeah.
he is essentially feeding
Mm-hmm.
on people, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why they still can control some of their powers and stuff.
Yes.
And the fact that they allow him to go into the void, which is this
It's
huge part of the story, right?
crazy to me. Yes.
Um, so the void is where you get your shadows from,
Yes.
essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And it will only produce a pure shadow wielder.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been the queen,
Right.
right? It has
Mm-hmm.
not produced another one.
Right.
Until Fia enters.
Right.
And then, so it's all of these trials, and Lord Valken is very strong because he's feeding off of people. And
Yep. He's
so
getting his
he
power
passes,
from other people. Yep.
yeah. So he passes without a doubt, gets to go through the void,
Mm-hmm.
comes out, and that's essentially when he's kind of called on his shit.
Yeah. Right.
Where they're like, well, prove it. If you're a pure shadow wielder, prove it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, I don't have to answer to you. And he runs and hides.
Yep. Like a little bitch.
Yes. And so there's this whole part of finding out who Fia is and why does she get to have these shadows.
Yep.
And how spoilery do we want to
go ahead? You could do it. Do it.
So essentially we find out that she is the lost princess.
Yes.
She is the queen's granddaughter.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why the void gave her these powers.
Right.
While I was reading Duskbound, the questions that kept popping up is who else is in the void? Because she enters the void and there's a voice talking to her.
Correct.
And I think this is where our viewpoints on the story differ.
Okay.
Because I was very confused on who else is in the void, who's making a deal with her.
Okay.
I don't feel like we trust this mystery figure. And we know that Aether was found wandering in the void.
Correct.
So there's all of these other questions where I'm like, what is the void that I feel like I still have kind of questions about. And then how was Aether just found wandering in there?
Right.
And who else is in there, and how come they haven't been found if Aether has? And so that's kind of, while I'm reading, I'm keeping all of those questions that I want answers to, and you don't get.
Nope.
In Duskbound. So I was upset with that, but it keeps this like air of mystery too about it. So I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, because like it is a big question that I think that we finish Duskbound with, that is very important to the story that we just don't get an answer to. And it's that Aether showed up, like you said, in the void like 30 years ago or whatever it was. And he doesn't remember anything before that. So we finished Duskbound not knowing anything about his time before being found in the void. So, like, and there's so many questions that you have about him. Like, there's so many. I mean, we do get, like, you do get some answers about him, but I feel like he doesn't know. Like, I feel like we as the reader know more about him than he knows about himself.
But I feel like we also find out snippets, not enough to fully put it together.
Correct. And so one of the things that I'm really looking forward to in the next book of this one is him finding out where he came from. Like, I feel like that has such a potential of being like a huge letdown of like him not reacting how I want him to react. I don't even know how I want him to react. Like, I don't know what I want from him, but I need it to be so good. Like, I need him when he finds out. I think what I need is the people around him to support him when they find out, like, who he is.
Do you think they won't?
Yeah, I feel like his people love him, right? But I do feel like there's a decision that he could make. Like, he could decide to leave everybody, and then are they going to support that? Like, what is he going to decide?
Oh. So you're saying between if he wants to
go back to his life,
currently go back to
correct,
his previous life before the void.
Yes, exactly. So that is, I think, where my fear is lying, is that I don't know how that is going to work with his like current, because he loves the people he's with right now. Like, this is what he's known for so long, and it took him a long time to get to that point, I think. But I feel like he fully trusts these people. They are his family.
Yeah.
And so I'm scared of what's coming next.
I don't know that we're going to have answers in the next book.
I know. I don't think so either. So we do have one more book in this series, in the Esprithean, and we have one more book after the Ascended, which I don't think we're going to have all the answers until that book comes out.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that the next one is going to be a focus on the ward that now is full blown,
right?
Like, yes. Because we actually know that the queen of the sea, right? So,
oh yeah. The she
that they are stealing the essence, and that is why Aether's home, which is now we find out Pia's home, is dying.
Yep.
And that realm is losing all of its magic, and not just its magic, but its food, its whole life force.
It's everything. Yeah.
And so we find out that someone is a siphon and is essentially siphoning the magic away and killing everything.
Yep. And this, I feel like this part of the story kind of goes back to the question of, do we trust General Laric? Because so we do meet him back again about like, I would say like halfway through, I guess, Duskbound. We get back with probably a little further than halfway, maybe like 75-ish%.
Yeah.
We get back with him and he says that he still loves Fia and he wants to support her. And he says that he will help her with her infiltration, basically, of coming back and trying to figure out who the siphon is and like all that kind of stuff. And he says, I got you, boo.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, cool, we trust him. And then and then I think in the epilogue, either the last chapter or the epilogue, we get a story from him that's like, oh fuck.
Yeah. So I will say I didn't fully trust him when he was like, I got you, boo. Only because he makes a comment of, but look how powerful we can be together.
Oh, so you think he's still chasing that, his wanting to be super powerful and...
Yeah.
Okay.
Part of me is keeping my guard up because he has commented on that. And we don't know the extent of Fia's power. Like,
true.
We have no idea.
Especially after leaving the void, I feel like we haven't seen the extent of what she can do.
And I feel like, Aether also has these incredible powers that he doesn't fully understand.
Yep.
And they are the current love item.
Yes.
So I don't know that Lark is going to be okay with...
You think his jealousy will take over?
I think so.
Okay. I mean,
I'm just worried.
I could see that. I could definitely see him, especially because I think of the two couples, Fia and Aether's powers together are going to be unfucking stoppable. And he is... I don't think I can see your point of like Lark, if his whole thing is that he wants to be powerful and this power couple, and then he sees them being even more powerful than they could be. I think he might struggle with that.
He doesn't have a defensive power. Like he's all strategy.
Yep.
Like that's his focus.
Right.
And so having someone with him where he's the strategist and then can control someone who maybe isn't as confident like Fia. I think that works out in his favor. And I feel like he is not dumb to not consider that.
Right.
And so I feel like he, during that moment, tells her what she wants to hear. He's a strategist, right? Like, I'll be on your side. I do feel that he has a soft spot, and I feel like he knows that there's something going on within the kingdom that is incorrect, and he wants to find the justice.
Yeah.
But I still don't trust him not to turn on Fia.
Okay, I'm going to say I totally agree and I get it, but I have faith in him. I have faith in him that I feel like his moral compass is a little higher. I feel like if he sees that his realm or kingdom or whatever is truly the bad guy, like is truly doing the wrong thing and hurting all these other people, I have faith in him that he will
do the right thing.
Yes.
I want to be wrong.
Oh, that's what it's what I want. It's what I want. It's what I'm going to manifest for him. That he's going to be strong and not let his jealousy and his power hungriness get the better of him.
I hope so.
In like a year, we might be coming back to this and being like, well, Laramie was much more right.
Either that or neither one of us are right. Because like I said, I feel like I kept trying to guess what was going on.
True.
And I couldn't guess it at all.
True.
Especially when we come to the epilogue of this book.
Yeah. Okay, so as far as the couples go, I feel like Fia and Aether are way better than Fia and Lark ever were. Like, I just believe them so much more.
Yes.
I also think I liked the friends that she made in book 1. I love the friends that she makes in book 2.
Yeah. I felt like the friends that she makes in book 2 chose to still be with her, even though they didn't understand her actions for doing what she was doing. Because she was still defending the guard and everyone.
Right.
And I feel like they still chose to trust her and befriend her, even though they didn't agree with the actions. So I feel like they're even more pure found family than the
Agreed.
ones that she made in book 1, where I feel like that was very much they're all new recruits in the guard, so they're all forced to be together, and that's why those friendships developed. Where this one, I feel like they actually chose to be with her and follow her.
Agreed. I also think that as much as her friends that she meets in the first one are like, you know, they're totally fine with her being Riftborn and all that kind of stuff, I still think that there might be some level of like prejudice there because they grew up with a prejudice against Riftborn people. And so as much as they're like open to that, there's still almost like even if it's a little tiny wall between them, there's still this thing that both sides have to get over of like her being discriminated against and them discriminating against Riftborn for their entire lives. And so, yes, they start to love each other and trust each other, but I feel like it takes more time to get there, where the people that she meets in Duskbound, they never have this like qualm, you know? Like the people of Duskbound are like, what are you talking about? Like, who fucking cares? Like, what's a Riftborn? Basically, like, like.
Well, they're actually angry when they find out that they branded her because now she's royalty. Like,
right. Yes. So yeah, I do think that there's a level of that for sure. I love them. And towards the end of the book, we do start getting more tie-in between the two worlds coming together. So like the people that she loves over here and the people that she loves over here start to kind of like blend together. But we get that at the very end. So I think a lot of book 3 is going to be more of obviously like the war, like you said, but I think we're going to get some more blending between like the two families kind of coming together.
Yeah, I think we're going to have some of that. And I think we're also going to be shocked at maybe who doesn't blend and who sticks to, no, this is the side I'm going to fight for.
I agree. I'm concerned with her friends on the guard. Like, I'm very concerned with them not being able to, I don't remember their names. The girl that she meets, though, the girl that she makes friends with, I believe in her. I think that she will side with Fia no matter what. It's there's two guys, I think, that I'm like, I don't know. You could go either way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I want the girl to side with Fia. I don't know, because Lark was very specific on no, you don't tell them.
Oh, right.
Like, we can't trust anyone yet. Like, let me work my magic. This is why you came to me first.
You're right.
And so how much of them being on like the front lines is going to change their viewpoint or shape their viewpoint, especially when with the epilogue. Like, I know we haven't covered there yet, but I think that is going to play a big role on their views and their stance with Fia.
True. Okay, so epilogue is a vision of hers, right? But we finish it not understanding whose viewpoint she's seeing the vision from.
Yes.
And not really understanding everyone that's in the room.
Yes.
Okay. So
again, we know that there are 4 people in the room.
Correct.
At least.
Yes.
We know that the queen is there.
Yes.
She announces that the king is dead.
Yes.
We know that Ma's there because she's taken prisoner for killing the king.
Yes. And she is like Fia's like mentor, mom
Mom
figure.
figure.
Yes, yes. Okay. And then we've got who else?
And then we have Larrick,
Mm-hmm.
and we have his second in command.
Correct. Okay.
Who she has seen like visions through his eyes before.
Oh, yes, I remember. She met him at like a party, right? At one of their guard parties.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we know that those people are in the room.
Yes. And we know that it's not from Ma's point of view because she is murdered.
Yes.
And we see her be murdered.
Yes. We know it's not from the queen's point of view because we're watching the queen give the order where she says that Ma killed the king, is responsible for the king's death.
Yes.
And that Fia Riftborne is now an enemy of the state, essentially.
Yes.
And she orders Ma to be executed. So we don't know who does the execution.
Yes. It's two people that she trusts, though, right? She trusts both Larrick and his second in command because she became friends with him. So it's two people that we trust. You think that it's Larrick, right?
Yes.
I think that it could be, but I still don't think that that means that we don't trust him. I think that he's doing it to prove he has to still prove his loyalty. Like he has to. Everyone knows that he had this relationship with Fia. Maybe. I think that everyone
been declared a traitor. So...
Yes. And so in order for him to not immediately be like, well, you loved her, so you're still on her side, he has to be like, no, look at me. Look what I'm doing for you. Even though it's going to kill Fia for that to happen. Like, I don't...
I feel like Fia's going to be a raging bitch. Like, she is coming out with guns blazing. She is coming for vengeance. She's coming for blood. Like,
yeah, because she loved
that gets in her
right?
way.
Yes.
Well, she was physically sick when they had their like falling out.
Right.
In the first book, like in Riftborne, where Maya was against the guard, everything. Fia joins the guard. Ma doesn't understand.
Yep.
They have a falling out. And then Ma finally is convinced, like, no, help the guard. So then she gives them, she's an apothecary.
Right.
Gives them the solution to help
with the shadows.
More offense against the shadows. And then, they go back to Ma and is like, no, you're helping the wrong people.
Right.
And Ma, decides that she really likes Aether.
Right.
And they had, I felt like that moment of everything's going to be okay. And we're going to have a happy life when this is all done.
Yeah.
And
what if there was a conversation that happened between Larrick and Ma? Because I think she knew what she was doing, right, when she went and killed the king. Also, do we know that this is what actually was happening? Do we think that it could be a premonition?
I don't know.
Yeah, so we don't know yet.
At this point, her visions have always been in the past or kind of like a present day, like currently
actively happening. Yeah.
So we don't know, is it something that's in the future?
Right.
Or
so
or does someone have the power to give her these? Like, is the queen setting it all up?
Like planting it and making her come out? It's possible. We don't know anybody's powers.
We don't know the queen's powers, right?
Mm-mm.
We're assuming that the queen is the siphon.
Right.
Because she was the twin sister of the queen that has the shadows and she never got her magic. And
right.
But we are also assuming that twin sister died.
correct. I don't feel like we got clarity on that, right?
I feel like it's mentioned briefly, but
Okay.
not a point where it's actually fully described.
Okay. I just feel like it could go so many different ways. It could be a premonition. It could be a planting. It could be Larg and Ma had a conversation and Ma said, literally do whatever you have to do to make them believe you. Like, I think that if she went into it being like, I'm going to kill the fucking king, she is like, I already know what's going to come out of this. So, like, do what you got to do to save Fia. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like there could have been a conversation there of some sort. So I don't know. I just feel like I just have such high hopes for like everyone that's on Fia's team right now. I don't.
Everyone to be these like perfect golden retrievers for her.
Yes, that's what I want. I don't know. I'm really excited. I know that there's so many things in the air with these two authors going over to the trad publishing, so like we just don't really know when they're coming out, but like come on. Like Realmblade has to come out early next year. It has to.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be upset if it doesn't.
I know. If this turns into another like Heat of the Everflame situation, I'm going to be fucking pissed off.
I might be angry at you.
Yeah, fair. I will accept it because like I can't wait like 3 years for this book to come out. Like
no. That, and I'm worried now with the publishing and stuff. I don't want them to change.
I know.
Things that I love these books. I felt like it totally was something that was different. It was I couldn't put it together. Like there was at no point was I like, oh, that's what's going to happen. Can call it now. And you read enough fantasy, I feel like you start to call things like it's easy.
For sure.
And this one, I don't feel like it was easy to call.
I agree. I think you and I talked about this a little bit, but I also really appreciate the authors, like the fact that it's seamless throughout the story. Like at no point can you tell that it's written by two different people, and like them together, I just feel like they're such a good team. Like it's
honestly,
so good.
It blows my mind that it is so seamless.
Yes, agreed. Okay,
because you're not even getting like the different perspectives. Like it's really all Fia's perspective, and the fact that they wrote it together and it was just seamless was amazing.
Yep. I fucking love that. I also love that they call each other their like soulmate, like friendship soulmate. Like I love it so much. Did you tell me you didn't tell me? What did you rate this one?
I rated Duskbound 5 chocolate covered pistachios.
Excellent. Solid 5. So I went 4.5, and I can't remember why at this time, but I just remember it being at some point throughout the story, I was just like, I don't know. There's something that's missing for me that is like holding me back from a true 5.
Do you feel that because you read Ascended first, that maybe that affected the rating?
I'm not going to say that that's wrong because it probably did. I do think it changes the story. Reading the Ascended before.
I feel like you're more trusting of the character, where I was still unsure of the character, and it took me I didn't really feel like I was pro this person until they explode Lord Balkan.
Oh, right.
And he rescues her. Like, until Fia's rescued, then I was like, yep, I'm all about him now.
Got you.
I trust you 100%.
Great. Yes. But
I also thought, like, what the hell? What kind of power do you have?
Right.
Where you knew all of that.
Yep. I think you're right. I think it does have to do with the fact that I did not read them in the right order. Apparently, it's very important to read them. Read the Ascendants after. So I would like to hear everybody else's. Like, if you have read this and you read them in my order or in Laramie's order, I need to know like what your thoughts were of like how you feel about them, and if you think the order that you read them changed the way that you feel about them. And then I know in episode 82, I already talked about the Ascended, but quickly, what were your thoughts? How did you feel about the Ascended? What was your rating? Tell me.
So the Ascended, I felt like it took me a while to get into.
Okay.
And I think it was something we've already discussed. It was, it's a different world.
Yep.
The games and trials is not always something that I tend to love, and I don't demolish those books. They do take me a little bit longer. I think I get bored.
Okay.
But I loved it. I rated it 5 chocolate pistachios. It is probably my all-time favorite book now. Like, anyone that asks me a book to read, I'm like, you need to read this, but you need to read these 2 first.
Isn't that so funny? Like, your favorite book, you're like, caveat though, you have to read 3 books in order to read this one book. Like,
but I love it. I am like, I have a book club chat, and I texted them like after I finished it and was like, oh, forget Xaden. Like, I have a new book boyfriend. Like, we're done.
Listen, I think that should be like the tagline right there, is if you are in love with Xaden and like that is your man, then obviously you need to read The Ascended. However, you have to read read Riftborne. Yes, you have to read Riftborne and Duskbound first and then read The Ascended and see if you also have a new book boyfriend.
Yes.
Yeah, I did. I don't remember what I said in episode 82. I'm sure it still stands. However I felt back then. But I do remember I really loved them. Obviously enough to be like, hey, Laramie, you should read these. Because I don't recommend everything that I read to you. So when I do, I feel like it's because it's worth it. So, well, that's that. I can't wait to hear if other people out there have the same thoughts and feelings about us. I'm sorry for all the spoilers, although we did keep some things out.
I don't feel like we gave away all of the spoilers for the connection.
No, we did not. We did not give everything away. So, yes. All right, we're going to do a question. And whatever question we do, I am going to throw it back into the thing so that Nicole can answer it as well.
Okay. We'll see if your answer changes.
It probably will. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, so it says current read, but we're going to go with the series we just talked about. So in Duskbound and Riftborne, you're allowed to change one decision that a character makes in this duology. What do you change? And how does it change the story, do you think?
I think that I'm going to change the ending of Riftborne. I want Larik to engage in some way to try and save her instantly. So then he will for sure know that they're people, that they're not just these wraiths.
Oh, that I feel like changes everything, because he has no idea in book 2. He just thinks that like these murderous people are after her, or these murderous shadows. Yeah, that took her. And so they don't really
he
know.
Thinks that he's losing his mind because he's like, I
saw
swear I saw his face.
Yeah. So interesting. That's a good thing to change. I was thinking so superficial, like I want to change something that like Larik says or does so that we trust him more. Like Just like I want him to just be like, no matter what happens, I swear to you. Like, can we have
he
like
leaves the power play out.
Yeah, like the what's the unbreakable curse in Harry Potter? Like, I want him to give one of those. Can we just like insert that in here? No. Oh, you know what I would change? And I think it would change a lot because while we don't know what the outcome of this is yet, I do think it's going to be a big thing that she makes a deal with the voice in the void that she's like, the voice says, if I let you take this kid out, because he's dying, if I let you take him out, you owe me something. And so we don't know the outcome of that yet. And so I think that's what I would change. I want her to never make that deal. Like, I just want her to get out. Yes, still save the kid, but just be like, fuck you, and run out. Yeah, I think that's what I would change because I'm terrified to find out what she's gonna owe in return for this deal that she made. Because again, we don't know who she made the deal with. Yeah.
I am terrified of that.
Yeah, I
also will add on, I feel like the creepy Lord guy, I don't feel like he's dead.
He got blown up. He got like shredded into pieces.
I know, but I feel like it was too easy.
Okay.
So
I mean, that's fair.
I feel like he's gone, but I don't feel like that's the end of that line, like that storyline.
Okay.
Because he did have a brother.
He did. And I think that he also had some very loyal followers that I think will follow in his footsteps of being awful and terrible and
because I really did not believe he was for sure dead.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back, but I do agree with you that like he has other family or other followers or something else where like that reign of terror is maybe not done.
Yeah.
All right. Me neither. Well, we did it. We made it through. Thank you for coming and guest hosting. Hopefully I don't have to make you come back and do it again. Hopefully Nicole actually comes back. And thank you all for listening. Please let us know if you've read these books or if maybe we changed your mind about reading these books. Reach out to us everywhere. Savor the Story Pod. And that's all. Thanks. Get out of here. I have to say Nicole's line.